Hello, welcome to Have a Go, and I'm Alan. Today we're going to have a go at ramming up that big flask that we made, and hopefully, if the ramming up goes well, we might even cast the bed for the lathe. This is the pattern for the bed. This is the bottom board. Put on lots of parting powder. Trying something different with this one. Rather than starting with the rammer, starting with my fingers this time. Right, let's add some more sand. I don't have music playing during this for copyright reasons, which is a little bit annoying, and I just realised that I could use headphones to listen to music and not have it come over in the recording. Wish I'd realised that a bit quicker. You can't see it in the video, but I've just put that big tub on the shelf underneath the bench, so that hopefully it'll catch all the sand that's spilling off when I'm striking this off. I'm happy to report it is. I used 2 dowels here because this will use a lot of metal and I want it to be able to rush in really fast. Now to roll it over. This is ferociously heavy, by the way. They seem to have gotten away with it. The certain values have gotten away with it. Alright, more parting powder. I seem to have stuffed up the ramming for some of this, but hopefully I'll get away with it. Drag on. The advice I've read is to ram these carefully but not too hard, because I don't want the sand to bind on the walls of the cavity. I also don't want the sand to collapse when I take the pattern out. However, this cavity on this is a lot smoother than when I tried to ram up those channels. I do not get paid enough for this. I don't get paid anything. I'm going to roll this over again when I've finished ramming this sand up, so I need the sand to be completely up to the level of the top or bottom rather of this drag, so when I flip it over the sand won't fall into the void if I do leave any there. Rolling it over was bad before, and it's going to be really, really bad now. Yes, I'm trying to put it off. I'm not looking forward to this. Stay on there, board. Stay. Don't move. That was bad. And really, really heavy. Now to see if I can lift the cope successfully. That does not sound good. Well, that was a waste of time. Right. The reason I was doing it carefully is because I want to see if the cores inside this and the cavities underneath formed nicely. If they have formed nicely, I can still use this. Anyone home? I can probably still salvage this, I hope. Tip I heard somewhere is to put the parting powder on before you put the cope on, so that you don't get parting powder down the side. Please let this work this time. Almost forgot. If there's any rich people watching this who want to send me a few 100 kilograms of Petrobond, please do. That stuff must be so much nicer to work with than homemade green sand. The pattern is a lot closer to the walls of the wooden flask than good practice says you should do, but this is going to be more than heavy enough already. It is amazing how much sand compacts. I'm being a lot fussier now because I want the sand from here to here to be one compact unit, so that when I lift the cope off, it stays in one piece and doesn't separate like it did just before. It also occurs to me that if I do it by hand like this, then there's less percussive force acting on the sand, and jarring might be part of why the sand isn't holding to the sides very well, because this jarring is also moving the sand slightly away from the sides. Maybe I'm just guessing here, but maybe that's something to do with it. It's never listed in those trendy top 10 workshop tools videos, but good hearth brush and shovel is dead useful. I know you can't see it right now, but I've got a big grin on my face. Yep, try and put this back on without screwing anything up. It was going so well. I'm not sure if my neighbour is wrong when he thinks I'm nuts. I must be. Go through this. Right, I'm wondering if perhaps my sand may be too dry now. In the past it's been too wet, far too wet. That's about all I can take of this for now, I think. I'm going to let the water settle into that and soak in. I'll come back to this either this afternoon or tomorrow. The annoying part is, this is probably the casting I think that will require the most experience to actually do, because this is a really big pattern. But it's also the base on which the entire lathe is built around. So I have no choice except to do this monster casting first. Right, let's put the lid on that. What are you doing, Kat? and I'll see you later.